A few weeks ago, David Attenborough spoke on this programme broadcast by the BBC. It is a programme that you should not watch unless you have a morbid attraction to the evils of humanity and the end of the world as we know it. It is an unrelenting account of the rape and abuse of the Earth's resources and the systematic and selfish destruction of wildlife and wildlife habitat over the last 30 years. The programme held out no hope in any area of humanity's accelerating and precipitous descent into the abyss of global destruction. Climate change is inevitable, where just a few degrees will melt the ice caps and cause worldwide flooding and loss of land. The burning of precious and irreplaceable rainforests is unstoppable due to corrupt governments and humanity's insatiable greed for farmland and food. The rape of the earth for metals, oil, and rare materials will continue unabated as an increasing population demands energy far beyond what is necessary. And finally, the disappearance of all wildlife is inevitable as habitat is destroyed and the illegal animal trade continues unabated. But what struck me most about this programme were the statements made by Dr. Daszak and Professor Keating that the increase in pathogens, viruses and human diseases can be linked directly to the extinction of wildlife. Let me put that another way in order to emphasise a point. If humans continue in the way they are, and there is no evidence that we will not continue, humanity will die at an increasing rate every year from new diseases originating in the very same animals that we caused to go extinct. Well, that's karma, K-A-R-M-A, and we deserve what we get for abusing nature. But there's more. Being as it is, the general media is not allowed to comment on the spiritual or religious implications of a programme. So, for your greater benefit and enlightenment, it is left to people such as myself. From a religious point of view, who would have thought that all this has been prophesied in the last book of the Bible, Revelation? We have this in chapter 11. And then in Revelation 6, we have the 4 horses of the apocalypse, of which the 4th horse is quite obviously the bringer of disease and death. Yes, the Bible is full of outdated laws, violence, rape, murders, torture, slavery, misogyny, fratricide, evil spirits, unbelievable miracles, and a God who is apparently a murderous tyrant. But one thing still rings true. Oh, by the way, don't think that I am naive enough to think that the wild beasts mentioned in Revelation 6 are literally wild beasts. 99% of the book of Revelation is metaphor, symbol, allegory, and even fantasy. This verse is no exception. The wild beasts are a metaphor for the pathogens, viruses, and bacteria which constitute the plagues mentioned in the same sentence. But it must be a huge irony that the symbol used is at least one of the plague's actual origins in a literal sense, as well as figuratively. Either that, or this is the work of the supernatural. After all,